Here is what this player that we're reviewing had to say. What could I have done a bit better? Either positioning, target priority, general game plan, positioning / placement in team to help get the W. Get these close matches fairly often, and I'd like to have the ability to figure out what needs to be done to get through more of them. Really enjoying your vids. Cheers. First things first, much love. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. If you would like your game reviewed, check the pinned comment down below to see how and you can get your game reviewed as well. So we're gonna be looking at a Diamond 3 game today. We're just gonna see how it plays out. We're gonna see how it works and just kind of go from there. Nothing too crazy. I'm not gonna nitpick every little thing. I always say this. I'm just gonna focus on the big picture because that is what matters the most. So I'm gonna pick on you just because that was funny. The fact that you just did that means that your team is ahead of you. So I don't like just jokes, just because you're diamond. So I just thought it was funny. Anyway, let's get into the game. All right, so the role of this is to really just kind of focus on what you're going against. What's the team comp? We see that there's a Star-Lord shooting up top. That's not your priority. Don't worry about this guy. Whenever you see things that you possibly can't hit, do not worry about it. Now, I will say Magneto has bonus destruction damage. Some characters can destroy buildings way easier. This guy can. So if your goal was to break this, we should have positioned better and have that been the goal in the first place, such as moving this way, walking back, getting to a safe spot, and just tearing up this building. But when you're deciding to look at this player to hit him, and then you're getting attacked from this angle, it's a lot that's going on, and you're basically just opening up yourself to a lot of damage that you don't need to. It's a little bit better because you have another tank, so it's kind of like you're off tanking, but it's still something to think about. All right, so we're going up here to mess with this guy. Again, not really worth it. See how much time you're wasting on killing a target that's really fast? You should already know this before going for this target that you're most likely not getting this. I would rather have seen you fight the fight you can fight. When you're playing a tank, doesn't matter which tank you're playing. When you're playing a character, doesn't matter which character you're playing. You want to think about if you're going for a target and going to fight a target, which target is easier to get to and which target is easier to kill, okay? So let's go back. And let's just kind of do the same point here. You look at Star-Lord, you identify exactly where this character is, right? You eventually turn your camera and we're back. Now, in hindsight, you can't see all this, correct? So it's unfair for me to say, well, if you could focus the Luna back there. That's unfair. You can only see what's on your screen. In this moment, who is the easiest target to get to and who is the easiest target to kill? Or at least zone out. You might not need to kill them, but to get them out the fight. This guy. Who's that right here? You could do a couple of things. You can just come to the side right here and shove him back. What this is going to do is get him out of the eyesight line of his healers. So that way he has less heals. Obviously, Cloak and Dagger can bounce them around, but you know what I mean. It also separates him from his team. So he has two options. Walk, like you push him back and then step up. Then he has to walk through you or go around. Him taking 1 or 2 seconds to go around gives you enough opening to push this guy back too. Because now this guy is forced to have a 2v1. See what I'm trying to say? When you're this high, this is where you really got to put that game knowledge to perspective. Once you hit diamond, this is where you're going to have to start like being for real. Like, I'm not going to say it's easy to hit diamond because that's false, but I will say there's a lot of skills that you don't necessarily need to get to diamond, but to get past diamond, that gap is massive, like massive. And so I think that's why they added Celestial. They wanted to try to space that out because it's very obvious, especially as someone who's climbed through all these ranks multiple times, it's extremely obvious to know when, what spot is like, y'all are not on the level anymore. Like this gap is massive. It's very easy to see that. When it comes to this gameplay here, you can tell that you're not using all the game knowledge that you know and you're missing some aspects. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a lot of that knowledge and you'll be able to just blaze yourself up into those high ranks. This is what we want to think about. So in this moment, we should be walking to the right, pushing this guy back, forcing this guy to do one of the two things, walk through you and get blown up, and your whole entire team focuses him, or he goes this way and shaves 1 to 2 seconds, maybe 3 to get back around. He's a very slow character, especially because you're not going to push him all the way behind. So he has to kind of like clear the side and go around. And this leaves for that 2v1, like I said before. Let's keep moving on. Obviously, there's no reason to talk further than that because you didn't do it. But I'm just giving you the idea of like how to think outside the box here. All right, so we're in the same situation. What's easier to kill? Now they're together. It's harder to kill the group, right? Because they're together. You could have prevented all of this if you just push them over here. Because now, guess what? Their healers can focus on both of them at one time. You see that dome? You see this nice little healing dome? That's the enemies. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how colors work. I'm pretty sure what we see as red is going to be red. So this is Cloak and Dagger's bubble. Imagine you did what we just said. This dude's knocked out of it and he's here. This dude, you walk forward, he's scared and he's there. Not only did she just waste an entire cooldown, but now their attention split. Who do I heal? Who do I heal? Who do I heal? You just broke their foundation like that off of one little play because that guy missed position. But you didn't take advantage of it. You're not killing this guy, ever. If you kill this guy, it's because your aim is godlike or that guy's just not that good. But you should never be able to kill that guy. Do you have an AFK? Why is it grayed? No, you don't. Storm is there and Strange is there. What? And the fruit snacks? Okay, anyway. We're still messing with this guy for some reason. But now you're doing exactly as I do. I'm sorry. Y'all, that SpongeBob reference. Okay, but you're doing exactly what I just told you to do to them. What does this do? You're making it so that your one tank has to freaking 1v2 and you're making it so your healer's attention is split. They didn't even have to work for that. You just gave it to them. You're like, hey, yo, you guys know what? I see you guys are trying to climb just like me, bro. No, I see you. I'm about to do you a solid real quick. Take this freebie, bro. Like, you feel like you're doing something by keeping this Star-Lord off of the team, but you're not. This guy does no damage from far away. And your team can easily deal with that, should they have to. Right? What your team can't deal with is a full squad of killers and tanks all sitting on each other. They drop down and you die. Let's just see. Let's put this into perspective because, you know, Papa's not a type of guy who just thinks that, oh, I'm right all the time. No, if I'm wrong, and I'll tell you. Let's look at it from his perspective. How much damage does this guy get off on your team? My point exactly, right? Barely anything. Barely anything. She could have taken care of him. He didn't do anything to your team and you ruined your entire positioning for this guy. I'm only being really hard on you because you want to get to a rank that's elite, right? You want to get to a rank that's like, you're already a good player, don't get me wrong. Obviously you're diamond, but you got to be better than good if you want to get higher than that. And this is not gonna get you there. So yeah, I gotta be a little bit hard on you because I know you wanna hit that goal, man. So now your team is forced to fight without you. The smart thing is for them to just back off and wait for you to spawn. Obviously, you can't tell your team to do that. So, I mean, you can calm them if you want, like if you're on comms, but for the most part, they're gonna do what they want to do. This is why you don't really want to give them that. So now you have to wait for Strange because Strange is dead. Don't worry about funneling into the same spot. There's a multitude of ways to get on this map, right? You have the way that you can break this wall here, go through there. Someone can go up. Obviously you can't, but someone else can. You can go through here. So you have multiple ways to get through. You can even bum rush yourself and take a right. What I usually like to do that I don't really see many people do, but I'm crazy, so you know, there's that. As what I like to do is come this way and then just pop this wall and then just go through the wall and then walk behind. It's weird, don't get me wrong, but like sometimes you gotta do some things to really throw them off their game. Your goal is to get to this point and clear out the space. Like your goal is to give people room to breathe. So let's go back. Let's just start from the beginning, because if we start from the beginning, I'm not gonna talk obviously about the same thing, but I'm just saying when you start from the beginning, it's a clean slate, right? Like you can see everything as a clean slate. We have Storm. What does Storm want to do? Does Storm want to be low to the ground or does she want to fly in the air? It's very dependent on Storm to Storm, you know, but an average Storm, which is what we're going to consider, we never want to think of our team as good players. They are, obviously they're in your rank, but we want to think of them as average Joe Blows. What does a generic Storm want to do? They want to fly. If she flies here, she can't hit anybody. If she flies here, she's stuck. Get her to the point where she can fly by pushing everybody out, allowing her to ascend. Then we got to think about who else. Who else is on our team? Let's go through everybody. Moon Knight. What does he want to do? Does he want high ground or low ground? What does he want? What does he want to do? Most likely high ground, right? So where can we give him high ground? It's not going to be here. It's going to be here. So another way where we can just move this way, maybe go up here and give him some high ground. You don't have to go straight 1v1 the Star-Lord going this way. You could even escort your entire team behind, right? Go this way, go up the stairs. You think about them. What do they want? They don't suck. They just need to, each character has a specific way they want to perform. Let's see what happens when you go forward. Does he follow you? So you go up there. Look, this guy's gaming. This guy already knows. Like, bro, I'm trying to get up out of here. I'm trying to get high. Look at him. He hopping on buses and food stands. This boy is ready. But you didn't help him do it. So now he's forced to back up. He doesn't want to be here. She's forced to be low. She doesn't want to be here. You know, this is something to think about. Your team is going to be how you succeed, no matter what character you are, no matter what rank you're doing it. I only harped on that moment because it's super, super important. All right, that's the only reason. I'm not picking on you or doing anything crazy like that. I just really want you to understand that aspect. Let's see how we get on point. Oh, we got there because Storm. What happens if you don't have a Storm on your team? You know, what happens if you don't have anyone to help you engage? How do you get on point? This is what leads to inconsistent gameplay. If you have a good team, you win games. If you don't, you lose them. You don't want it to be like that. This is a lot going on, ain't it? Nice. Gaming. So I noticed a lot of your gameplay is very like in the face. You can tell, and I know you're a Lord Venom, and that's definitely shining through. Your entire fighting position is like, bro, man up. We about to go ham. Space yourself. Let's look at this whole fight scenario once again. And we're going to have you kind of space yourself a little bit more. Okay? So let's look at it from this perspective. Here we go. He comes in with the hurricane. You're pushing this guy back. First of all, there's no reason to even aim this guy. Just get this guy out. Now, I know what you could be saying. Well, my team is focusing him, so I'll focus him. True. But is it faster to kill one target, move on to the next, or is it faster for you to split your damage? These are calls that you're going to have to make during the game. I'm not saying what you did is wrong. I'm just saying think about the other option. So let's keep going. We'll get your spacing. At this point, you're chunked. So you're you know, coming back. Look at your spacing. I don't like this. Where are they going to come from when they come back? They're going to come from here, behind. You could just come in here and sit here and be a wall. This only gives them this way to come through, this way to come through, and this way to come through. This should buy you guys enough time to break point. So just something to think about. You don't want to sit on point like this because you could prevent people from coming in, and it's way better that you do that. So look at him. The Groot went up there like I said he would, but then Luna Snow went there. Imagine if you stopped Luna Snow for a few seconds and your team focused Groot. She doesn't pop that ult right there. Now in this situation, in terms of spacing, we should go back and just like get somewhere safe. You're not gonna kill her through ultimate. I know you're trying to get yours, but you can do that from further away, right? We can get safe. If they're gonna be spilling out from here, like we just said, why can't we go back this way? You know, why can't we go back that way? If you really want to, just kind of go back in this way. Yeah, you're kind of in the eyesight of these guys, but you're still in a safe way to retreat, and you're also along there with your Moon Knight. You have other options, but we decide to just sit in the fight itself. Look how much you're like doing this. If you space yourself, that doesn't happen. You can see everything. You can hit them from everywhere. Space yourself. During this fight, it really looks like you don't know who to target, to be honest. You're just trying to get your ult, which is fine in terms of what you're doing. Again, space yourself, right? This is kind of nice spacing, but you can like walk up to push them. So it's weird. It's like the way that you fight your fights is you like to be super up close, but when it comes to actually exerting pressure and creating space, you like to be far away. Flip that. Flip that, flip that, and you'll see way more success. See, look how much you're just like moving the camera. If you were further back, you wouldn't have to move so much. Or if you know people are behind you or around you, don't focus them and just focus on whoever's in front of you. Let them be behind you and ignore them. You know what I mean? But the constant looking around means you're dispersing your damage, and it's very minimal of how much you're doing. And it also means that it's hard for your team to play around you because they don't even know what you're doing. So how are they supposed to play with their front runner if their front runner doesn't even really know like a general idea of what he wants his team to do? You have to remember, as a tank, you are going to be someone who's dictating the pace of the game. So you need to make sure that how you play the game is going to line up with the people that are on your team. I like this. I like this. We know Star-Lord's over here. We should stay here. I like this. Keep focusing her. Get her out if you can. Let's see what happens. You don't need to walk forward. You see what I mean? It's like something that you just do. When you fight people, you just like walking. Let's see how close your shot was or how far it was. Like, were you in any danger of not landing it? I'm curious, genuinely. So you fired that. Yeah, it's like you're still getting the blast damage. You don't need to step out and be all, you could have been here. You could even have been a lot safer and just came around this way. You know, I do understand you're wanting to get people out the fight, but you have to remember your life pool is not infinite. It's okay to stall a fight. It's okay to have a fight last for 5 to 10 to 15 seconds. You don't need to target someone that's low instantly. Remember, they are low. They have to do something. They have to spend some resource to get themselves alive or to get themselves healthy again. You did a good job by just leaving her to be half HP or whatnot, and then from there, play the game. It's not always about kills, like I said. When you want to get past Diamond, like that hurdle is heavy, but it's mostly because people are focused on the wrong things. Okay, I like that you're backing up. Not really much you can do here. Guy comes in and you're focusing on the tanks back here. I don't mind this, but I would like you to focus these guys and walk through them at the same time. That way your back isn't towards their team. Make sense? A lot of like when you play it doesn't seem like you're thinking about who's behind you, but like you don't think about the positioning of like who's going to be behind you at any given moment. However, when it comes to fighting, that's when you start flipping your camera around and doing this crazy stuff. Like if you already play towards the fact that I know people are behind me, let me get in a better position as I still continue to fight these guys. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But after you fight these guys, you're gonna have to try to do your best to get into a better position while getting shot at from behind. Case in point, imagine if you fought through this and then you were even further back where Strange was. You were like making your way this way as you were fighting. That would have never happened and you would have been alive right now. Case in point. It's really the same thing over and over again. And again, this does not mean you're a bad player. I don't want you coming from this thinking that, you know, oh, I'm just so bad at the game. And no, that's not it. It's just there's a lot of things you're not really thinking about that can drastically improve your gameplay. That's all. Why are you picking on her, bro? That was a second. Oh, you done just blasted in her face. Again, not something you can deal with. This isn't you. Know your role. You can't do everything, okay? Some characters, some roles, some people, that's not your job. What your job should be is not dying. If he ults, walk in there, bro. They can too. They're not dumb, right? You don't need to deal with that guy. Trust your team a little bit more. You chilling. Look at, you're throwing stuff at him. We could be looking for who's ahead of us. Why don't we walk with this guy and zone off the people up here? Why are we looking at that guy? We could have went here, right? And played this angle. We could have walked with her and played this angle over here. We could have went in here. We could have played this angle. Mess with them a little bit. Jump up there. Maybe look down. Play that angle. Play the map. You know, get a feel. You have Strange as your main tank, so the cool part about that is you can be a lot more flexible when it comes to where you're standing and where you're positioning, right? You have another tank to really be that front line. Now, if that guy's off doing some crazy stuff, well then, you know, it's your job to not do no crazy stuff. It's kind of like it's kind of like one of those like give and take scenarios. Again, not your problem. Focusing on the wrong things. During that whole like fiasco, what could you have been doing? Let's just check. This is why I like replay systems. They're so awesome. All right, let's just check. What could you have been doing? Instead of that, you could have been walking up to this guy, killing this guy, pushing these guys back. You could have been fighting with Strange. You would have already been here. Look how late you are. Super late. Super late. You could have had those guys dead and that wouldn't even have happened. If not dead low, right? Don't let it end like that. Not like this. Oh man, not like this. Not like this, dog. Moving on to the next one. Before we do that, I wanted to say if you're enjoying the content, if you really appreciate the content and you're learning a lot, consider becoming a channel member. Not only does it help support the channel with the content that I create so I can do more things like the free reviews and stuff like that, but it also comes with perks. For those of you that are already members, I really appreciate you being members. Without you, there'd be no channel. Without you, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. So thank you. I really do appreciate that. And for future soon-to-be members, I appreciate you too. Moving back into it, we're gonna be defending now. You're breaking the wall. I like that. I don't see a lot of people do that. I like that because I do that too. I do it based on situation, but I do like that. What I would like to have seen more is you break this. I would like to see that. Now that'd have been some big brain. Breaking this, because what this does is it removes the platform so that they can't stand on it. Then, so they just kind of drop down. So I would like to see that. You already noticed who they chose last time, right? Odds are they're doing it again. Think outside the box. Think about all these aspects, all of them. Right? Because if you think about it, where's Moon Knight? Is he chilling back there? Moon Knight? Gamer? Why are you not posted up somewhere? Okay, well, let's just assume Moon Knight was chilling up here or up there. The easiest way for them to get up there is through here. Play for your team. This guy now running back. You're like, uh-oh. Not your job. I better not. If you go to that Black Panther, bro, I swear I'm exiting this replay. No, I am. I better not see you go. Okay. I'm about to say, you better not chase that cat. Yeah. Gaming. I don't like how much space you're giving up. I don't even know. I think you thought about going towards him and then you like change your mind. Like right here, you changed your mind. But like you also just gave up space. If you're gonna hold this angle, I'm chilling. Okay, but you better not back up. This line right here, dare someone to cross that. If they cross that, insta kill. You need to play this line with your life. This, they're not getting past you. All this extra stuff, don't worry about right now. This is where you chose to post up. Well, you better post up. But then you just start walking away. Okay. Like, why we're doing that? Who's gonna kill you right now? Bro, your team is gaming. Resources. You have a healer focusing you. You have a damage dealer right there. They just have 2 tanks. Walk up, hug the wall. I mean, I know you don't want to get hit by his stuff. I understand that. But sometimes, you know, take it as you will. But you can even stand here. But I would like you to just not walk back like this. Use your shield. Use your like your barrier. Use your shield. Look how much damage you're not taking. We're just letting them open up the entire map here. See? Now they're all up in here. This is pretty much what you could have done to them at the start, or that we talked about. Focus in, Mr. Tree Man. okay. You could focus Strange, but you know, there's not really anybody here. I probably would have just turned around and focused her, but that's just me. I would definitely not focus Strange here. I'd focus whoever is over there. So I would like to see you focus these guys. Let's see what you do. Okay, Strange didn't even do anything. Same thing, back up, play space. These guys are gonna be all in your face. She has Luna. Oh, let's see what you do. Bro, that Moon Knight was a gamer. That Moon Knight was a gamer. I'm gonna put this in perspective because I actually didn't go bad, but it didn't go bad because your Moon Knight was a gamer. Let's just say we're deciding to not play space like we talked about, and you're this close how you are right now. If they had a Moon Knight, you die. If they're all focusing you, you die. There's no reason to be here because you don't do damage to anybody in the Luna ult, right? I mean, you do, but like the odds of killing somebody through it is pretty low. Instead, do something else. No, back yourself into the cubby hole, like I said, and space yourself. Re-engage once it's chilling. Now, if you need to be there because you need to protect your team, so to speak, like if you leave, then your whole team getting destroyed, obviously try not to do that and try to back with your team. But in a scenario like that, everybody was split up, you weren't really in front of anyone. So keep it moving, coming back. Okay, you're holding angles, I like that. If Penny's holding here, why are we? Let's go back here. No, you was chilling here. I mean, you look, got the nice little bench. You was having your tea. I just realized this bench is super small. How is this gonna accommodate any of these people? Marvel? Explain. Our superhero is just giant? I'm sorry, we are way off topic. Yeah, why are we holding the same angle she's holding? What are you doing? You're just allowing them to do the same thing again, which is creep to the right. You never really want to hold the same angle someone else is holding. Great shot. Again, not really your problem. When you do stuff like this, you're allowing people to walk through and get behind your team. Trust that your team can deal with him. Trust that your team can deal with that guy. He didn't even kill anybody, I don't think. Gaming. Didn't really need to walk out there, by the way. You just took a lot of damage for no reason. If you're gonna do that, just remember not to take so much damage. Like you could have done that same game plan that you wanted to do just right here instead. And then when you back up, boop, boop, back this way and you're safe. Same thing. Remember, just kind of think more about what you're doing and why. Similar scenario, we're holding the same point that Penny's holding, which allows them to have a lot more room to come in and do what they want to do. Ooh, that sucks. Bro, isn't it worse when you're Storm or something, like ults and then Luna ults as they ult? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, man, that sucks. Holding the angle, I like it. Then we run away. If you gonna hold that angle, man, hold that angle. Who's gonna kill you? Like, realistically speaking, right now, who kills you? Why are we running? Why are you running? I'm sorry. I'm a griefer. But seriously, why are we running? Who's killing you here? Hold the angle. You chilling. No. Let's see who even comes through this doorway. If you want, hold the angle this way, like this. Boop, peek out, boop, boop, like that. Instead of holding it here, because you're a little bit more vulnerable. Bro, nobody even comes through that door. You chilling. Good try. That's really one of the reasons why I don't always try to go for Luna, because you really are banking on your land. I mean, in a situation like that, there's nobody else you can go for, but you, by the way, getting off that angle allowed for that Star-Lord to come out and do what he just did. Imagine if you hurt him a little bit as he was walking by you. Probably would have killed him. Or someone probably could have killed him, or you could have once he ulted. Building up a lot of space. Again, focus on the wrong thing. I don't know if you're on comms and that's why your decision making is like all over the place. I don't know if they're typing to you. Because it's like you're not trusting yourself. It's like you do one thing and it's like, you know what, never mind. And you do other things like I don't know if someone's in your head or what. Because like some of those angles you were holding were good angles and you're just like, oh, back up. Why? You chilling. So. Ooh, good rocket res. Come on, you got this. I actually forgot if you won or lost this game. Oh, dude, that guy just. That sucks. Ooh, okay. Dude, that was a nice shot. All right, going for Luna. I believe. No, you're going for him. For what? When you could be focusing on this stuff. He already did his entire like combo. He's over here chasing Rocket. I know you can't see this in game because you can't pause, but like you really have to stop focusing these people that are definitely not gonna die to you. What about the Luna that just got done ulting? Realistically, you could have just walked straight past both the tanks and just started dogging her. The tanks are gonna have to look at you, which then allows your team to kill the tanks from behind. Look where freaking Star-Lord goes anyway. You'd already been over there. Again, focus on the wrong thing. You're not killing Magneto through the ult. Maybe you're trying to break his ball, but like, not happening, I don't think, with another Magneto. You have to put way more damage than what he offers. I like this though. I like how you're aiming that guy. Again, switch, switch. Move around, see who else is over here. I mean, they're dead, right? But I don't like that you didn't try to switch to that Luna first. Maybe you did, maybe you've seen him, who knows? But I would have liked to see that. Then guy ults, don't worry about, do not worry about that guy. You're not killing him. Dude, stand in here, play the game. Why do you feel like that's something that's really hurting you? Like you feel like everything is your job, bro. Like you feel like you have to do everything. You're spreading yourself so thin, it kind of hurts to see. Not like hurts like it's horrible gameplay, hurts like heart hurts, you know? It's like you could be winning these games, you could be doing so much more, you could be climbing, but you're so focused on everything, you can't. It is not, it's a 6-person game. You have got to know your limits and do what you can do. It will make your climb so much easier, bro. I'm telling you. I don't know if you have that mentality that your team sucks, but I promise you that's not the mentality that you want. Okay? Your team does not suck. They are where you are, which means they have just enough skill to do what you can do. Okay? Trust them. It's very hard for you to hit a Star-Lord. You're definitely not dodging his bullets. Just go inside real quick. You would have hit the Black Panther from safety. You could have saved the game. But anywho, I think you're actually a pretty decent player, and I don't think you're stuck because of some crazy factors like gameplay. Except this, this gotta go. This gotta go. But the thing that stems from it though, it's not like you're just some crazy player that likes to look around. It stems from it because you feel like you have to do everything. Slow your roll. It is not your job to do everything. Realistically, find what your job is. Do that job to your best of your ability. The job might change per moment, right? Trust yourself more often. Trust your team more often, okay? Target priority is really good once you start understanding you don't need to hit everything. Okay? Set yourself goals during the match, try to achieve those goals, and you will see drastic improvements. It's just you're spreading yourself way too thin and you can't do everything. It's causing you to lose your game. You're spreading yourself thin in terms of who you're aiming. You're spreading yourself thin in terms of what angles you're holding and what you're doing for your team. You're spreading yourself thin everywhere. Straighten up. Think more outside the box about how can I help benefit my team. You will climb. Hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know. As a quick reminder, if you consider becoming a channel member, if you really are enjoying the content and you're learning a lot, it will help the channel. It helps the channel grow. It helps the channel continue to sustain itself. And as I also said, there will be more dealing with Marvel Rivals in terms of perks and whatnot coming along the way. But I'm not going to share that with you guys yet. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. And until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping nothing. We'll lock them.